Hello, this is Dreaming Angel Tarot. Welcome to my second ever pick a card reading on YouTube. I'm actually feeling like a little tired today, but I just made myself an iced matcha and I really felt like doing this reading. So I want to keep it kind of straightforward and brief. I want to look at a situation in your life or a problem or difficulty you're facing and try to examine it and then think about solutions, ways out of this problem, this conundrum, possible outcomes. We're going to look at your relationship to the situation, what the situation is. So if you pick a pile and you don't really recognize yourself in that problem or situation, then you might want to try another one. We're going to look at like the influences around you right now, things you're aware of about this situation, things you're not aware of, things you might have forgotten about or you don't think about a whole lot or that you're underestimating. And then we're gonna kind of get the tea a little bit, like what's really going on, like what does this come down to, or what is a kind of critical factor about this dynamic. Some advice from Spirit, and then a possible outcome. I'm not necessarily looking to predict the future. I think you have free will over the situation. We're more looking to just give you tools of ways to think about your situation like constructively, and but offer some glimpses into a possible outcome given how things are right now. So that's it. I'm doing 4 piles today. This is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. So you can look at the timestamps and skip forward to your reading. Again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, see you in your reading. Hi, pile 1. Welcome to your reading about what's going on in your life right now and what are some possible solutions to the problem or problems you're dealing with. So, the first card here, I'm using the Universal Weight Tarot deck. The Universal Tarot is the small one, the Cosmic Tarot, the Intuition Oracle, and then I'm actually using, I really like these, they're like learning tarot cards, and so presumably they're marketed toward beginners, but I really like them. They just make things really clear and they give a lot of information on each card. They're really cool. I highly recommend. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to turn over all the cards first and then we'll get into it. So for you and your energy, hold on, I just want to make sure. Yeah. Okay, for you and your energy, I got the 10 of Cups. For the situation or the problem, we got Ace of Wands reversed. And then the dynamic between is we got the Hermit. Okay. Influences you know that you're aware of, we got Judgment. And then something you don't know about the situation is the Hanged Man. Okay, what's really going on? For the Cosmic Tarot, and I got 2 of Wands. Okay, advice from Spirit, the Transformer. And then a possible outcome, wow, okay, Ten of Cups. Interesting. Oh, wow, the Ten of Cups came out twice. The feeling I'm getting about this is that it has to do with the relationship in your life. And I think this is a romantic relationship, but it doesn't have to be. I think the situation is that there's kind of an impasse right now in the relationship, and you or the other person or both of you are feeling isolated from each other. But I also think that there's aspects to the relationship that are very stable and fulfilling. I think it's like a good relationship. I think that this is a healthy situation you're in, whether it's a work relationship or a romantic relationship, a marriage, partnership. It's the feeling I get sometimes when people are familiar with each other, they're around each other a lot, but in a way that they can still kind of feel alone or like they're in their own world or something. There also might be something going on where there's just kind of a lack of excitement or passion even. So I don't think that this is a major thing, like a major problem, at least that I can see right now. Let me know in the comments what's going on. I would love to hear about it. So I'm just thinking, this one kind of surprised me somehow. I'm not really sure why. In terms of like the influences around the situation that you're aware of, it's actually kind of straightforward. I think you're aware of the good feelings you have and the happiness that you have. Because like here with the cups and the trumpet, they're both are taking like the same shape. And they look like each other, and there's like a resounding quality to the experience. I also think this relationship has been transformative and has reshaped your life in some way, maybe for the other person too. There's something about it that it's really made a huge impact on you in your life. So you're very aware of the fact that like it matters to you. It's something that you think about a lot and that you really care about. I think what you're less aware of is aspects of it that don't feel as good to you. There may be adjustments that you've had to make within the context of this relationship that you haven't even realized you've been making. And things about it that have been uncomfortable for you that you've undervalued just because this has been a really happy, like amazing, like really, really beautiful situation actually. And so it could be that there's some of this like lack of passion or inspiration or even love or tenderness because you're actually like not aware of your own like kind of discomfort at times for whatever reason. I mean, every relationship, like even when you first get married, I mean, it's a beautiful feeling, but it's also like an adjustment. And people say like, you know, when that can be like the hardest time almost in a marriage because you're learning about each other and you're learning how to like live together. And that's what it's making me think of is like, you're happy, but like, there's just things that maybe have been a little difficult too. That you just aren't, it's like the feeling I'm getting is almost like you or your partner isn't vocalizing them or talking about them because they're not even totally aware of what it is they're feeling. And so there's a little bit of a stuckness, like the way the Ace of Wands is upside down and the Hangman is upside down. There's just a little bit of like something that you can't really articulate or verbalize that is creating like some dissatisfaction. This could be your feelings. This could also be your partner's feelings that they haven't shared with you. And I'm saying your partner, again, this could be a business partner. Like I said, I'm not really getting that feeling as much. This feels like an intimate relationship and a romantic relationship, but it could be that you were drawn to this reading because of something else, like a business relationship or a friendship that still could apply here. So just take the message that resonates for you in your situation. I am getting a feeling like maybe there's feelings that your partner has that they haven't shared with you. Not like keeping a secret or anything like that. Not at all. But just like you guys are very happy together, but like maybe you're not talking about everything. Because the Hermit is just, it's kind of about withdrawal and looking inwards and being alone. What's really going on? I got the Two of Wands. I'm gonna read, well actually no. Here, I'm gonna read the Cosmic Tarot. A young man in a confident posture stands between two wands, meaning dominion, superiority, authority, success by understanding the opposites, hesitation, contradictory events, sadness. I'm reminded about how the Two of Wands is, it's the beginning, towards the beginning of a cycle. And I think a lot of times it's the feeling of the unknown and looking into one's future and not totally knowing what to expect. And sometimes not even knowing what the future is going to look like. I think there's like unknowns here. And here we have the Ace of Wands reversed. Here we have Two Wands upright. It could be that here it's like the lack of some kind of support or foundation or future plan or knowledge of what the future is going to look like is causing some of this feeling of like a little bit of the dissatisfaction or discomfort and retreat. In the traditional Two of Wands, the man is standing, looking at the water, holding the globe, and it's like, there's so much that could possibly be, but how do you get there? Where do you begin? There almost is an indecision quality because of too many things that are unknown, or because it's so distant. There's a lot of dreams here, a lot of desires, a lot of passion. So this feels very promising. And like I said, I think this whole situation is actually, it's a good one. But I just feel like there's a little bit of an impasse and a lack of togetherness or intimacy or communication or sharing. And I wonder if the masculine person in the situation, or one of the, depending on the situation, I wonder if there's some fear or some like lack of confidence or worry. And so there's a lot of passion and optimism, but there's also some worry there that comes out of like not knowing how things are gonna look in the future. That there's just some things that we don't know yet. I'm gonna pick one other card for maybe some more clarity on that. Let's see. The Sun. So there's a lot of confidence and happiness here for sure. I want to reiterate that. Here, the Sun is at the top, but on both of these cards, the Sun is at the top of the card, but here with the Hangman, it's in the reverse. And it's at the bottom. And the feeling is it's like getting the Sun reversed almost. It's just a little dormant. There's happiness here. There's just a situation, I think, that is creating some sort of blockage or restriction or delay for you guys that you may not be realizing is affecting like your relationship. And so you're seeing the positive aspects of it. But not appreciating how much some of the situation that's kind of external to you, unknown, something you just have to deal with right now, that you're almost like it's not really your fault. It's just kind of a difficult aspect of life, of your just material situation. That being there is why there's a little bit of a feeling of like isolation or alienation right now, because I think there's worry about that. For the advice from Spirit, we have the Transformer. Affirmation: I transform myself as a caterpillar transforms into a butterfly. It could be, well, okay, let me read this first. Oh, these are really long. I can't read the whole thing. I think here, this part leaped out at me. The chameleon mirrors the moon and its ability to transform, a symbol of as above, so below, the basic principle of alchemy, and the more modern formulated science of chaos. I think everything in a relationship matters. And everything about each person matters because it's about what they're bringing to the relationship, to the third thing. And it could be that there is some transformation required for one or both of the people in the situation. And some changes. And looking back at the Hermit card, it feels a little bit like well, I don't know. I think the relationship is a good one, but that it can transform into something totally different and that much better. Once it's appreciated that like everything matters here. Who you are matters. Everything you bring to the table matters. There's a call to kind of personal responsibility and stepping up, so to speak, or kind of being the best version of yourself. And I think there's a reminder here that it is through someone else and through our relationship with someone else that we can become our best selves. And I don't think it's meant to be done alone. I think it's meant to be shared. A possible outcome is the Ten of Cups. So we've started with the Ten of Cups and we're ending with that. So this feels like a situation or a current that's going through your life that is not necessarily known to others outside of you and your partner or whatever this applies to, because it started out well and it's ending well. But this whole thing will transform. I wonder, okay, I'm gonna pick, I was gonna say it will transform into something like an even more beautiful version of what you already have. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, there could be some unknowns around financial issues. It's also, the Six of Pentacles is also a card of equality. So I think it's important to both feel like you're both equally bringing what you can to the table. That you're both working and both an active part of the relationship. If this is a younger kind of set of people or group of people that are paying attention to this reading, or if this is a newer relationship or something you're just getting into, I think it's saying like let yourself be helped a little bit. Take assistance if it's being offered. Or if you're being offered more work or something like that, or any opportunities, I think take that. It's going to be really good for the relationship and for your stability together. Okay, I was about to put this down and then this came out, and it's the Knight of Cups, which is the card of romance and love and idealism and passion. So I think that's there, and I think that's the aspect of your relationship that will transform the most. I think, to recap, if you're feeling like there's just a little bit of isolation or a lack of romance or excitement or intimacy, or maybe just like happiness or passion or energy or something like that in your relationship right now, it won't last. I think it's due to circumstances outside of you guys. I think that this relationship is built on solid ground. And I think that there are factors also outside of both of you that could help you financially, materially, that will transform the relationship and help make you even stronger. And that will happen, and that this will change. With the Transformer card coming out, it's like this is destined to change. And there's an aspect here too of this being protected. I think you know that that there's something about this relationship or situation that is divinely protected with the angel here. And that this happiness is totally meant for you. You're already in it, and it's just destined to continue. So if you're worried that this impasse or this isolation or this disconnect is going to last forever, it's not. I think it's circumstantial. And I think that absolutely continued happiness and kind of a level up in the relationship is destined for you. I'm seeing the words like stability, security come out. So I think once you get to that point where you have a firmer idea of what your future will look like, I think that will be the solid ground here. That will be the stability and security that continues to create happiness. I think if you want to know, is your partner happy? Yes, I think they're happy. They are. I think you or them or both of you are just a little worried because of circumstances you can't totally control. And that's affecting you both emotionally. But this is really positive. So have faith. All right. Thank you for being here. See you in the next one. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading about a situation or problem you're facing and some possible solutions. So we're using the Universal Weight Tarot deck, the Universal Tarot, the Cosmic Tarot, the Intuition Oracle, and these Learning Tarot cards that are really fun. I really like them a lot. Okay, so first I picked 3 Rider-Waite cards to describe you, the situation, and the dynamic that's going on between you and the situation. So for you, I got the Page of Wands reversed. The situation is the Chariot, and the Ace of Cups reversed is the dynamic. Okay, just want to make sure you can see this. The influences around the situation that you're aware of are the Four of Cups. The influences around the situation you may not be conscious of, maybe forget about, don't think about, underestimate. We got the Two of Cups. Okay, I'm already getting a lot of messages here. For what's like really going on, what do we really need to know about this? We got the Ten of Pentacles. This deck is so fun, I love it. For advice from Spirit, we got the Manifester. I am manifesting what I see in my mind's eye. And for the outcome or possible outcome, we got the Ace of Swords. Oh my God, that's amazing. Okay, I'm feeling like this is a personal, this is kind of a personal problem that's going on for you. It has to do with your emotions, your inner life, and probably your creativity or inspiration. I don't necessarily see this as an external situation, although external things will come into play for sure, but it feels kind of like a dynamic with yourself, if that makes sense. Just give me a second. I also, like for pile 1, I got the feeling that that reading was about a relationship. And here, yeah, I'm just feeling like this is about your relationship with yourself or an aspect of yourself, like your creativity. or your drive, or your willpower, or your dreams, your desires. As the Page of Wands reversed, I take that to mean that you are a creative person. So you might be like an artist of some kind, or you might be involved in like a creative endeavor, or your work might require something unconventional or creative from you. The page sometimes implies a younger person or a more youthful person. I am reading it a little bit possibly like that, but also possibly that just this aspect of your life, your creativity and your kind of artistic side, it is youthful, and it is very innocent and sweet and sensitive. So I don't read this as like an immaturity or anything on your part, or being young or inexperienced necessarily, although that could be the case. I'm reading this more as like this really pure childlike desire and inspiration that's within you. But it being upside down, I think you're feeling like you either can't express it right now, or you can't access it. Or maybe you're feeling disheartened, discouraged, doubting things. Something about it right now is feeling thwarted. What you want, or the problem here is, I think you want something that you don't have right now, which is the Chariot. And this is about a get up and go. This is about a drive. This is about willful determined action. This is about everything kind of being in alignment. And so it's about, when I talk about your relationship with yourself, this is about the aspects of yourself being in alignment to achieve the same ends and go after the same goal. This is about being confident, self-assured, knowing what you want and going after it, and feeling inspired to do so. It's about that feeling too of, I'm thinking about like being in the flow when things feel really easy and they come together. Just when some like magic happens and all the elements come together to create a piece of art or a project. I guess the feeling I'm getting is that you work alone, but that could not necessarily be the case. But I guess I'm getting that feeling for some reason. With the Ace of Cups reversed, as the dynamic between you and the situation, I'm getting the feeling like you very much are not feeling like you're in the flow right now. I think this feels unattainable to you at present, this Chariot energy. There's an implication here of kind of feeling uninspired, or just a little bit disheartened is what I'm feeling. Like all this energy is here for you, like the Page of Wands, the Ace of Cups, it's like you are this this is you. This is who you are. like it's such beautiful, pure, artistic, inspired energy. But it's like you're just feeling like depressed or discouraged right now. And so that's reiterated here with the Four of Cups. The influences you know that you're aware of, or that, you're feeling disheartened, and there may even be an opportunity in your life that you're not even like feeling like going for, going after, and you don't even know why. But you're just kind of like, you're just questioning a lot about this right now. Something you don't know. I got the Two of Cups. And so the feeling I'm getting from this is actually you don't know, you don't realize that there's other people here that like what you do, that are interested in what you do, that may want to work with you, that may want to like offer you a partnership of some kind. And while you're feeling discouraged, they are interested in you. And so with this coming up in the unknown part of the reading, I get the feeling that you just don't know that. Like you feel really alone here and discouraged, and you don't. And it's funny, like the cup is coming out of the clouds in the Four of Cups, which leads me to believe that to you, it's like, I don't even know if that's like a tangible thing or if it's real. It's like the clouds are making a hand. Like, what is that? Like, that's, can I even reach for that? Is that a thing? Is it just gonna disappear like, you know, hallucination if I reach for it? And with the Two of Cups here, I feel like it's saying it is real. This is something tangible. What's really going on? The Ten of Pentacles is here. I am a little baffled about that. I don't know how that fits in. I mean, I think a traditional reading of that card here would be that you're trying to build something lasting. You're trying to build something strong, solid, sustainable, and something that's meaningful to you beyond the present moment or even present day. You're trying to create something that's really meaningful, that really lasts. And I think you, again, have a lot of idealism and a lot of kind of dreaminess to you. And you want that to be real. So this is something serious. What's going on is that there's a lot of emotional energy here and creative energy, but actually what's at stake is something very tangible and very serious and very practical and material and meaningful in the outside world. You know, something you can measure, something you can see, touch, taste, feel. It's not just the world of dreams and vibes and feelings and wishful thinking. It's something that you're very serious about and you want to see it become real. And I don't think, like, there's a real determination here in the Chariot. I don't think you're going to be happy until this is like real. With the Four of Cups, again, there's like a skepticism somehow of like, something's not, I just can't even believe this is real. I don't know, I'm not seeing signs of it. It's like you really want to see signs in the outside world that you're having a meaningful impact, or what you're doing is meaningful and is meant to last. So I think some of your feelings here of discouragement and lack of motivation or lack of access to expression is not only the feeling that maybe you can't or aren't expressing this creativity right now or feeling that support, but it's also the feeling that you're not feeling goal-oriented because you're not seeing the signs of this like manifestation in the outside world right now. And so you're doubting everything about it. It's like with the Chariot, it's like you don't have a place to go right now. Like you want to go somewhere. You want to be like directed towards a goal. You want to do something meaningful and lasting. But you feel alone and you feel isolated and you feel like no one is interested or something like that. Or like I said, you just don't have access to a way to express yourself right now. But again, I think there actually are people that are interested. But you just don't know that right now. You can't see it. Guidance from Spirit, we got the Manifester, number 14, affirmation. Oh, I already read that, I think, but I am manifesting what I see in my mind's eye. So that just reaffirms for me that the doubt is coming from the feeling of you're like, am I really manifesting this? Like, is this really making an impact? Is anything happening? Because I'm just not seeing it. I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere. But I think this coming out from Spirit is saying, yes, you very much are, and that you're like a powerful manifester, actually. You may not, that may be something else you don't realize about yourself. All of this emotion is like echoing into the world around you in ways you are not aware of. You think you're alone, but I'm getting this feeling like something is happening. The stuff you're doing or that you're thinking is getting out there. And you're not all alone in this. I forgot that these are so long. The ability to use affirmations and visualizations for manifesting our desires is one of the most important secrets we have. The results that can be obtained by their use only seems like magic. Yet this is yet another aspect of the incredible power that everyone possesses to some degree. If guided mental imagery can help you manifest what you like, it should come as no surprise that daily visualization of what you do not like will unfortunately help you manifest that as well. That is why it's so important for you to think positively. It is more than wishful thinking. It is part of a comprehensive and proven plan for changing your life for the better. Okay, you gotta get busy visualizing. You're doubting your own manifestation power because you don't think this is real. And you don't think you have the ability to get anywhere or go anywhere. So you're questioning even your own emotions, your own creative experience. What's the use? And I think Spirit is asking you to please visualize what you want and let that be your guide. Let that be the thing that moves your chariot. You might have to make up your own 10 of Pentacles and what that looks like through visualization. It might not even exist or be in the world around you yet. And as a creative, I mean, that's very much the case a lot of the times, is you have to create your own model. And you have to create your own context for what it is you do, because it might be different. And that is also maybe why you feel discouraged and alone. But I think the way you make an impact on the energy around you and the potential outcomes of your future right now is by visualizing this 10 of Pentacles and visualizing what you want every day. Every day you get in this chariot, you get in it. And you take it where you want to go. Don't put this chariot off for the future. Don't feel unworthy of getting in it. It's time to visualize and become the thing you want. Your problem, so to speak, here is very much your solution. It's you think that this isn't attainable, but it's asking you to get in the chariot and go. And with this yes card here coming out as the possible outcome to the situation, it's saying yes, you will have the things you want. This will work. You will have a positive outcome. And yes, the world is listening, the spirits are listening. Yes, you are manifesting this. And here we have, again, the arm coming out of the clouds, just like in the Four of Cups. And it's saying, yes, this is real. Here you don't think it's real. In the Four of Cups, she's looking away from it. Like I said, she thinks it's a hallucination of some kind. She doesn't think it's tangible. She doesn't think that... She thinks she's just imagining all this. But here it's saying, no, it's real. It's holding a sword saying, you can depend on this. The Ace of Swords is about new ideas, new plans, intellectual ability, victory, success, mental clarity, clear thinking, breakthroughs, ability to concentrate, communication, realizing the truth, vision, force, focus, intensity, stimulating people. Um, there also may be a dynamic where it's so hard for you to visualize because you feel like there's maybe an amorphous quality of things. There's a very like early energy with a lot of these cards. You have 2 aces, you have the page, you know, 2 of cups, 4 of cups. That's not, for the most part, that's not highly developed energy. And I think the thing that feels the least attainable here, the least far from you at this point, is this 10 of Pentacles. Because that's everything that this other energy is not. That's something real in the world that's like incredibly developed to the point that you're at the end of the cycle. And you're literally seeing the fruits of your labor and everything in the manifest outside world, and not just in your heart. So I think don't let that scare you either. The fact that it feels kind of like, whoa, I don't even know how to get into this, or it just feels so amorphous, or like hard to grasp, hard to even get my, yeah, I mean, like, I'm thinking of like, again, like a hand holding a cup, but it's like you can't even, you feel like there's nothing even to hold right now. And I think this visualization is everything. Wow, there's so many cards here with cups and hands, with the sword in the hand. You have to believe in yourself and hold your own cup here. And meet the world outside of you. And be courageous. It's really scary. With the Page of Wands reversed, there's also just a feeling of timidity and just fear and like, you know, I don't want to show myself, or imposter syndrome. And this is asking you to step into some courageous energy and step into like, it's like what, I think that Woody Allen quote that's like, so much of success is just about showing up. And if you feel like things are hard to grasp or hard to get a hold of or understand, or it's just so, it's so overwhelming, or it's so unknown, or it's just, there's so much to imagine, or like, how does it work? Know that that's a good thing. I think these cards are reassuring you that there's like a wellspring of beauty and ideas and amazing things just waiting to be discovered and invented and created. I think you need to get into the flow by visualizing those things you want. And when you visualize them, you'll start to like own them. And then you can feel like you can embody this and you'll be moving somewhere. You'll be going in the direction you want to go. Instead of just alone and disappearing and retreating. A lot of this is about self-belief and faith in yourself. Okay, I hope that all makes sense. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Good luck. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading about a problem or a situation in your life that you're facing right now that you want some help with. Okay, we're using the Universal Weight Tarot deck, the Universal Tarot, the Cosmic Tarot, the Intuition Oracle deck, and the Learning Tarot cards, which are so cute and they have so much information on them. I really enjoy them. They're also cool because they kind of give clear yeses and nos. Okay, so I went through the Universal Weight Tarot deck and picked cards for you, the situation you're in, and the dynamic. So for you, I picked Judgment. For the situation, let's see, 7 of Wands reversed. For the dynamic that's going on, we got the 4 of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Can you see this? Yes, okay. What do you know? What are you conscious of about the situation? We got the Ace of Pentacles. What are you unconscious of, don't know, or undervalue about the situation, or don't think about enough? The Knave of Swords. I don't know if this is the Knight or the King. I think it must be the Knight. I'm gonna look this up really quick. Oh yeah, oh no, the Knave is the Page in this deck. Okay, cool. So you got the Page of Swords for the unknown. For what's really the tea, what's really going on, Cosmic Tarot, we got the Hanged Man. For guidance from Spirit, we got, interesting, the Farmer. I enjoyed being of service to those who deserve it. Okay, this is interesting. And for the possible outcome, we got the Ace of Wands. Beautiful. And that's a yes card, in case you were asking if, I don't know, how the situation's gonna turn out, if it's positive or not. Okay, so give me a second. Okay, I think this relates to a goal you have right now, which I'm sorry, I know that's very vague. But I don't think it's a relationship. I don't think it's a problem. It's like a total inner psychological problem or anything like that. I think that this relates to, yeah, a goal or desire you have for your life. It could be career related or something relating to like a dream you have. I think you are someone who has a very strong and clear sense of purpose. You're very inspired by something, you know what you want, and it's very much something that's bigger than you. I think you feel that you have a calling. I think you do have a calling. And so for you, you're very dedicated to that purpose, and that's what this is about. So yeah, I would say that this is maybe more than a goal or desire or career thing, I think this feels purpose-driven. Or maybe one thing among many that you want to achieve in your life. You feel to me like a very ambitious person. And like you want your life to mean something. You're probably very spiritual. You feel like life is meant to be more than just mundane, everyday type of things and just enjoying pleasures and, you know, having a family or something. I just, it's more than that for you. You really want to live like a purpose-driven life. And you have a fire, I think, within you for that. Yeah, this isn't like an everyday sort of job or career. This is something, it feels like with the farmer here, it almost feels like it's bigger than you in that like you feel to me somebody who's thinks a lot about the state of the world, who's very like conscious. Maybe you're someone who also like you care about the earth. You care about the environment, about ecology. You definitely feel to me like somebody that would really, really care about like their imprint or their footprint on the world. And someone who wants to live in a conscious way, not being wasteful, you know, composting, recycling, things like that. I wonder if, or it's also just you might really be into health. I'm kind of getting like a robust, like health energy here, like, or that's what you want. So I think you have a strong sense of purpose connected to sort of this like idealism or interest in human beings and the world and like how we're living in it and our relationship with the earth. The problem is the Seven of Wands reversed. And I'll come back to that. The dynamic with you and the situation you're in is the Four of Pentacles. So I would say there's something you're trying to manifest and make solid and make happen that you're having trouble. You're having trouble making that happen. Which again sounds very fake, but I think there's a goal here you have and you're running into a lot of obstacles and you kind of don't even know how to tackle them or how to approach them or where to start or like what is even the thing to tackle. It might feel like overwhelming or confusing. But I think you're very committed with this Four of Pentacles here. And you really want to make this solid. You really want it to work. it could be, this is coming to me, maybe that you have a strong sense of purpose and a strong desire, but you're not actually sure what to focus on or where to start, or like what thing to hone in on. Like you could be like, I'm interested in environmental issues or something, or like I'm interested in farming or agriculture, but like what do I do? Like which thing is the thing I should do, or what about that, or like what do I do first, or you know, the feeling I'm getting here is like a strong sense of direction, but you're not sure how to go about it or what to do first. Because there could be like a lot of things at play, and it could be that you could have a lot of interest too, and you're not even sure like which thing to pursue, or like even what angle from which to pursue it. Like say you are interested in, you know, issues around sustainability or the environment or something like that. Like how do I even, like, do I go, like how, like from what angle do I even approach that or make a difference? Yeah, there's definitely like a strong feeling here of like wanting to make a difference and just not knowing how. It's like you just know you're interested in something and you're very committed to it, but that's so strong that you're not listening to like more little nuanced things that could come up of like this. It's almost like the way you probably have to go into it or develop a life or develop a career is by like just a small opening, like a specific thing. And you're not feeling as in touch with like what could be that specific way to enter this or to approach this or to start. Like what would the job be that I would want? I know like the big aspect of what I care about and what I'm interested in, but what job would I do? It's almost reminding me of like a college student who has big dreams, but like I don't know what job to apply for, or like who to talk to, or like I don't know anyone in this field, or like, you know, whatever. Like what are the jobs in this field? I think you really want to make a name for yourself. You really want to make an imprint on the world. And that's all great. And I'm also not necessarily saying you're young here. But I guess I'm just getting a feeling like, oh, a little bit maybe of a cart before the horse energy of like, you're committed to something and that is so strong that like, you're not following your intuition or possibilities or like the little clues or signals that life sends you as much because your willpower is like so strong. And I think you feel overwhelmed because you're like, how do I fit in? How am I gonna? Again, it's the feeling I'm getting is like, I don't know where to start. If you're further along, it could be that you're encountering a lot of problems or obstacles where you're at right now. And that could be causing you to like reevaluate things. Another possibility here is that you are very purpose and passion driven, but like you've reached a point where that's not enough, that's not taking you beyond where you're presently at, because there's just a lot of like problems and obstacles that have come up that you don't know how to solve. And I think you do have this strong willpower, and maybe kind of along with that, like a desire to like do it alone or do it by yourself. And it could be that you just don't know how to solve some of these problems just because naturally you wouldn't be an expert in everything. The problem could be that you're trying to do it alone. But you sort of seem stuck on that in a way, because maybe you don't know if you can rely on people or trust other people, or you're not sure where to like allocate your resources. Maybe you have, you know, money to start a business or a company or whatever, and it feels like there's a lack of, it feels like maybe there's a little bit of a lack of information here and something you still need to learn. There's a feeling of overwhelm that's causing you to stay stuck and stay like, I think I know how to do this, and you're like bearing down on what you know or what you think you know. But that's not serving you, because there's issues or problems coming up that it's just things you don't understand or know just because they're foreign to you. Or again, I just think you could have a lot of things simultaneously coming up that you need to spend money on, and you don't know which one to tackle first or where to put your money first. Let me know how that resonates. I would love to hear. For what you do know, the influences around you that you know, it looks like there is an opportunity here. The thing I'm thinking about with this is like, there could be an investor, or you could have a nest egg of some sort. There could be somebody willing to take a chance on you or give you an opportunity or help you. Or this could also be you for yourself. Like, you know that you're willing to like, you know, put your money where your mouth is and like actually like invest in this thing that you want to do, this project or this dream. And so you're willing. I mean, your problem is not that you don't have the will or the drive. You have that, so you know that. And it could be that you actually do have financial opportunities or like something that is tangible and real. So it's not like this is like a pipe dream or something. You have the drive, you have the motivation, and you could have like resources in your favor as well. What you don't know is the Page of Swords. And so the feeling, just making sure this is on. The feeling I'm getting with this is that there's, again, it's like there's information that you don't know that you need. Or there's a conversation that you need to have, or someone that could help you that you aren't talking to right now. There could be some research that you could do that would really help you. It's almost saying like you have the resources, but not enough information right now. The page could also be implying that you're still fairly like at the start of this or at the beginning, and you're so excited about making this real that you're not appreciating how hard it is to start something new, or how much you do have to learn. It feels like you could be underestimating, because of your passion, you could be underestimating the challenges. For the what's really going on, I got the Hanged Man, which is really interesting. There's like a shadow side energy coming out with this. Something I'm picking up on is a feeling that there could be an aspect of you here that, like, because you have this really, really strong calling, passion, drive, you might not be as in touch with an aspect of you that's a little bit more zen and kind of peaceful. You might feel like you really need to like assert yourself in the world and show people who you are and prove something. And it could be that you're not as in touch with a part of yourself that's actually like, the word like complacent came to my mind, but I think it's like this feeling of there's an aspect of yourself, I think, that isn't as action or goal oriented. And doesn't need to prove itself, him or herself. And it could be something you're repressing or you're not thinking about as much, because you could interpret that as like lazy, or you'd be afraid of like not making an impact in the world if you were like that. I'm getting the feeling that there's like some resistance here. And you're encountering resistance in the external world because it could be that there's an aspect of your personality that you're not totally valuing. There's an irony here. I think you're driven by a conscientiousness about the world and wanting to make a difference. And this kind of goodwill or like desire to be the change. But it could be that I'm sorry, I don't know. I think I'm like afraid to say it, so I lost my train of thought. It's like, it's not, that drive isn't coming from an ego place, but I think it's also serving your ego a little bit. And so you're kind of fully, your personality right now is kind of fully invested in this persona, in this goal. And I just heard the word adulation, like getting kind of adulation. You don't want to be lazy. You don't want to be somebody that just sits around and does nothing, doesn't make anything of your life. But if you could see the good side of that, this Hanged Man is actually someone who is incredibly conscientious and very evolved spiritually. And someone who is at peace with the world and their environment. And through their peace, creates peace in others. I think the irony is that, like, sometimes when we have this like strong passion and drive, it feeds a lot into the whole capitalistic concept of success, and we end up focusing so much on like the financial aspect of our lives, and that when we're trying to do something good, it's like all of that money, material success, like adulation stuff comes into it too. And I think we don't want to admit that to ourselves sometimes. The Hanged Man also could be a sign that you do need to see things from a different perspective. You could be being asked to reflect a little bit here and to try to be comfortable in the discomfort that's coming up. And to appreciate you can't be everything to everybody, you know? It's like you kind of are asked to be comfortable with like learning that you, like everybody else, has certain limitations. You have things you're really good at and things that you are not as good at, that you kind of have to like surrender. You might have things, like I said too, that you still are learning. Most of all, I think you might need to learn to be patient with yourself. For sure, you're in a situation where you're tied up with something and things aren't going as smoothly as you wanted. Again, the passion is there, but it's like there's just some issues in you know, your outside world that are kind of making it hard for this thing to like continue going or come to fruition. And you might have to surrender some aspects of your ego and get comfortable with that. The farmer here, the affirmation is, I enjoy being of service to those who deserve it. There could be a secret in there for you. The thing I'm thinking about is sometimes when we want something so bad, we push it upon others, or we push ourselves upon others. And we think we can manifest something just through sheer kind of force of personality or willpower. But actually, if we think about our energy as pearls, it's that Bible verse is like, don't cast your pearls before swine. You might actually need to be a little bit more discerning about where you put your energy or who you give your energy to, where you plant your seeds, and with whom you plant your seeds, because you do have a lot to give and a lot to offer people. You have a huge energy and huge dreams. And you will make a difference in the world. Your outcome card is so positive. But I think people respond to feeling kind of respected and valued, and it could be that when you treat everybody like kind of a potential customer or somebody that, you know, you just see almost as a statistic or a number, or it's that could be turning people off. And it comes from you just being so ambitious. But if you sit back a little bit, like the Hanged Man, take a pause, shift the energy, let people almost come to you, or get a feel first for whether people are interested even in having a conversation, and then work slowly from there. And if they're interested, then you kind of continue to talk and continue to go forwards. But if they're not, then you take your pearls with you. You know, they don't deserve them. And so there's something about being smarter with your resources and making sure you're planting them in the right place. I think you're trying to do everything at once, but you're simultaneously feeling the pressure of that because, you know, you don't have enough resources probably. You don't have enough seeds. I mean, you do have some, but you're also limited, and you have to be smart about this. And so it's actually asking you to take kind of an unconventional approach here towards building this. Get in touch with the people, if you're working with people, clients, whatever it is, get in touch with the feeling of relating to people in a more I and thou way, like a one-on-one. You're having a conversation, you know? You're a little bit more relaxed, and you're listening to them, and you're treating them as someone that you can learn from too, maybe. You might come off to others as a little strong. You might want to open up a space to where there's a little bit of a flow, or like an intuitive flow with other people. I'm gonna look at this oracle here. Again, I enjoy being of service to those who deserve it. So it's like maybe not everyone deserves your energy. When you do work that you love, you always want to do your best. All your energies get channeled into making your business an extension of you and what you love to do. A world of businesses built on a foundation of love is a noble goal and an attainable one. Those who love their work may also find that it gives them, that it gives them the opportunity to meet others who share their interests and passions. The psychological and material rewards you reap from fulfilling work are priceless. However, a career is not something you have to give your life to in total commitment. Service work may be a calling outside of your career. Sometimes one must put his or her own needs second to another for a time. Some people do this gladly, but if an imbalance goes on too long, or if the one providing this service is asked to do things that they are not willing to do, a relationship can become stuck. So I think don't look at people as a means to an end, the people you work with, and also remember that you can't work with everybody. You need to be choosy, and you need to make sure there's like a shared love, a shared goal, vision. It could be that scaling back a little bit is actually the best approach. And then I think you'll feel more confident about where you put your resources. Is anything else coming out here? And yeah, I think some humility, honestly, would serve you, just because it will help you have sure footing. I think everyone should be so lucky as to have a problem with such overabundant enthusiasm. It's a good problem to have. And the outcome for you is yes. So I think you are going to get this project off the ground. It is going to become something you dream about. It is going to flourish. It is going to become real. It is going to be something that's meaningful to you. Again, here I'm looking at the earth, and here there's an earth card. I mean, I think you really want to make a difference in the world. It's a calling of like a higher purpose. I think you just need to take things one at a time. You still have a little bit more to learn. You need to be patient. And you need to be choosy about who you associate with. Even if you're trying to sell something, you have to be choosy about who you approach. Because I think it's frustrating if you keep getting like no again and again. You know, it can feel like overwhelming. And I think you also need to be choosy about the people you let in. I think it could be that you need some help to solve some problems that are coming up. But don't look at those people as just a means to an end. Look at them as partners with you, as equals. Approach it with humility. And if you're a little bit choosier about where you put your time, who you engage, I think you're gonna start to get more yeses, and things will start to like open up more. And the path will become a little bit clearer too, and it will be a little bit clearer to you, like where you put your money, where you put your resources, where you put your seeds. So I hope that helped. I would love to hear from you. Let me know what you think of this reading, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, Pile 4. Welcome to your reading. We're looking today at a problem or a situation you're in that you would like some guidance about, or maybe some solutions to the problem. We're using the Universal Weight Tarot deck. I picked one card for you, one card for the situation, and one card for the dynamic that's going on between you and the situation. I'm using the Universal Tarot, and we picked one card for influences you're aware of, and one card for influences around the situation that you're not aware of. For more information or like what's really going on, I picked the Cosmic Tarot stack. Advice from Spirit, we're using the Intuition Oracle. And a possible outcome, I'm using the Learning Tarot cards. They're really cool because they have yes or no written on the card, and they're very clear. Okay, so for you, I picked the High Priestess in reverse. For the situation, we have the Chariot in reverse. And for the dynamic, going on between that is the Queen of Wands. For what you know about this, we have the Eight of Cups. For what you don't know, or maybe something you're not aware of, we have the Justice card. Ooh, interesting. For the Cosmic Tarot, for what's really going on, like what's the tea, really? We got the Eight of Wands. Advice from Spirit, we got the Lovers. Affirmation, I attract love, abundance, success, happiness, and fulfillment. And the outcome card, we got a yes. We got Page of Swords. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. All right. So, I guess I'll just start out with you. With the High Priestess reversed, I think you're someone who is feeling a little bit currently out of touch with your intuition, or there's a situation in your life that you feel like you can't navigate with your intuition, and you usually can do that in situations. And so that's really like throwing you a curveball, because you kind of feel like you don't know what's happening here. You don't really know what's going on. You can't see behind the veil. There's something you feel like it's being kept from you, or something that feels mysterious. And the situation is the Chariot reverse. So yeah, I think there's something in your life that's not moving forward. Or that you are hesitant to move forward with it because you're unsure if you can trust it or if it's good, or if it's something that will be good for you. You're feeling a little off balance. With the dynamic between these two things being the Queen of Wands, I think you're a very confident, capable, ambitious, kind of high-achieving person. But you're feeling like you're a little not in your natural place, not in your natural habitat somehow. And your normal skills are not working right now, or like not serving you. So you're a confident person, but you're not feeling confident about about this situation in your life. I might pick another card to figure out what this situation is. I'm thinking it's something about a project you want or a dream that you have that could be creative in some capacity with the Queen of Wands here. Okay, Four of Cups reversed came out. Yeah, you're feeling kind of disappointed by something, and like you're wondering whether you should keep going. You could be in a developing situation where something wasn't what it was promised to be, or something hasn't turned out the way you thought it would. And that's why you're kind of feeling off balance or out of your depth, because you kind of didn't anticipate that this would happen. With the Queen of Wands here too, I'm wondering if there's another person involved who's come into the picture that like has been a confusing, confounding factor and has stepped between you and this goal and made you doubt it or not be so sure of yourself anymore. But I think what's really going on is that you have a lot of strength and promise and potential, but you've lost your bearings. And I think that's because you were going after something that it didn't turn out to be what you thought it would be or what you wanted. And you're rethinking whether you still want that. You're reevaluating your goals here. And you're feeling confused because you've lost touch a little bit with like your intuition and your feelings around it too. It kind of threw you for a loop or something. With the Eight of Cups here as the factors of the situation that you know about, I'm getting this feeling that you kind of know that you need to walk away from it, or that you need to make a change in your life. There's something you are needing to walk away from. I think it's a dream that you had, or it was the dream that you had for this thing that isn't panning out, or it isn't what you thought it was. And you're still thinking you're in a confused place because of the feeling maybe of disappointment or being thrown off. But I think that you know what you want to do though. I think there's a part of you that's already made that decision. What you don't know about the situation is really interesting. We got the Justice here, the Justice card here. I'm wondering, if there's more to this, and it's kind of a complicated situation where, like, there's more to it than you just being disappointed or something not turning out how you wanted it to be. I'm wondering if there's actually that this didn't turn out or this didn't happen because, or you stopped, going after this thing because of other factors that were involved that like negatively affected it. I'm getting the feeling that this isn't just, I don't think this is a problem with you. I don't think that you got into something from naivete thinking that something was going to be something it wasn't. I actually think something might have kind of gone sideways here a little bit. Something external to you about the situation actually maybe wasn't right or wasn't fair. Someone could have wronged you, or someone could have kind of upset the apple cart or done something to cause this to not work out in the way it was supposed to. With the Justice here and the position of the unknown, I almost feel like there was like an injustice of some kind. It also could be that this whole experience was kind of a karmic thing for you that you're learning from and that your soul wanted to learn from. So I think you're feeling disappointed, you're feeling like you're ready to move on, move away from this part of your life, potentially, but maybe what you don't see is that it was serving you from a soul level. There was something you needed to learn from this, like a soul lesson, potentially. It could have been like a test too, like almost like a test from the universe, or something that was set in motion, to teach you a lesson and to help protect you for the future. You're being divinely protected. It's like that whole rejection is protection thing. It's like you're turning away from this because you know there's something better out there. And you know what? You're okay. Like, it hasn't taken a toll on you. You're still the person you were before. And you're just as strong. I think if anything, you've just been wizened through this experience and enriched, just in terms of just like kind of knowing the ways of the world. You've learned a lot and you're just the wiser for it, I think. And you're gonna get back in touch with this High Priestess aspect for sure, and be that much stronger. But and you also could learn more about the situation. I'm getting this feeling that you may not know everything about what's going on. And the reason why your intuition feels off is because actually your intuition is on. It's just telling you to like kind of stop or pause or maybe not keep going. And that's confusing to you because you're like, I usually I get in the flow with my intuition, I know what's next, but actually this is your intuition telling you it's actually working, because it's like pulling back and like telling you that maybe it's time to either like pull back or like walk away. I think you have already pulled back from something, and now you know you need to like walk away. I also think what you may not know about the situation is that like you're correct or you're right or something. Like you judge the situation accurately. And you need to hear that. Justice is like on your side here. If someone was wronged, if something happened that threw you off, or that wasn't right, you're on the right side and justice is on your side. The Eight of Wands came out here in the Cosmic Tarot for what's really going on. And I'm not sure how to interpret this right now. I wonder if you were being rushed into something, or that you were rushing. Things were just moving a little bit too fast also. And so that's also why you kind of felt thrown off. There's something here about the rhythm of things and how things were moving. And it feels like there was a clash in that energy, in that movement, or in the speed of things. There's maybe a potentially like too good to be true energy here with the Eight of Wands. Like things were just going a little bit too smoothly and it threw off some alarm bells. Or maybe things were just moving a little too fast. You were being asked, or someone was jumping into something too quickly. And that's why you pulled back, I think. Or that's why something stopped or had to stop. That's part of it. The feeling I get from you is that you're more measured and you wouldn't rush into something. I think you're rightly hesitant. And you want to feel that you are balanced and that you are approaching something from a measured, strong, self-assured place. And so the energy or the movement of this situation was just too off kilter, or like just kind of was a bit much for you, too fast or too strong, or deceptive. I mean, there is a deceptive energy here I'm picking up. I wonder if you are or were dealing with somebody who maybe had kind of a personality disorder, was a little bit manipulative. With the Justice card coming out, it's almost like there is more to the story, things you don't know, things that weren't right, or things that were like kept from you or something. It's like, with that being hidden, it's like you're not seeing all the information, like you weren't privy to all the information. Something or someone wasn't being fair with you. So you're responding to your instincts and you're seeing that, but you're not seeing that, yes, you're right, something was wrong and was off. And see, she's holding the scales, and so that's just yet another indicator that something was out of balance. And so you're rightly feeling thrown off balance because that's what it was. I think someone was trying to make a move that was too quick, and I think you've managed to avoid harm here. That's also the feeling I'm getting. I think you are in the midst of making a good decision, or you did make a good decision. And I think you're questioning yourself because you're like, what happened here? But you need to know that you're not hurt by this, and that you're okay. And even if you do feel that you were hurt by this, it's not in a way that's gonna leave a lasting impact. You're gonna get right back on your feet and be totally okay. I think you're really smart. The Lover's affirmation: I attract love, abundance, success, happiness, and fulfillment. So I think this is just saying that this is out there for you. You deserve that. You deserve the best because you're a good person. And if it's love you are looking for, we're looking for, or even a good relationship, a friendship, somebody you can trust, just a healthy situation in general, a healthy creative situation, I think that's out there for you because you're a good person, you're a mature person. And with Justice, again, it's like the center of this reading. It's like you have good karma coming to you. Other people, maybe not so much. Other situations, maybe not so much, but you do have that good karma. And you're resilient. And then again, here with this Page of Swords coming out, saying yes, the feeling I'm getting is that you're wondering, is there more to this that I don't know about? Or is this actually what I think it could be? And it's saying yes. So I think the outcome of the situation is that either you will learn more about this in time, or you will realize, yes, you made the right decision. So good for you. You seem like an amazing person, and I really admire and respect you. I would love to hear about this in the comments if you have any thoughts, if I'm on the right track at all. Let me know how it resonates, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.